Okay, you have your exams coming up or happening right now, whatever it is, and you are worried that you're not going to perform under pressure in the actual exam itself. This is a classically common issue. So many people don't perform really well under exam conditions. It's quite frankly a problem with the education system, I think, that you can be really talented and intelligent and hardworking, and yet if you don't do well under that pressurized scenario that doesn't really happen in real life very much, then you're judged as not being as good as other people. Some people just struggle with the exam pressure, the specific type of pressure you get from an exam, more than others, and therefore are at a bit of a disadvantage. I've been one of those people in the past, especially at university, and let me tell you, if you are one of those people that don't perform as well as they could have done at exams, it is a learnable skill. It is something you can develop and get better, so don't think that's going to hold you back. We're going to work on this together. And to do that, we're going to be looking at someone who's very famous and very successful himself, called Conor McGregor. Now, you've probably heard of Conor McGregor. I'd say he's probably one of the most famous people in the world at the moment. And whatever your thoughts are on MMA or not, we're not really talking about fighting per se. We're talking about Conor McGregor's mindset. How does he deal with the intense pressure of having a fight? And how does he maximize his success in that environment? Because let me tell you, having done a boxing match myself, the feeling that you get going into the exam and the feeling that you get going into a fight in front of loads of people is very similar. So how do you harness this feeling of terror and use it to your advantage? This is what we're going to be covering in this video. So here we go. Alright, before we get onto Conor's secret, if you're new to the channel, hi, I'm Ran. I do weekly content. I do weekly videos helping you maximize your grades, helping you get into university, and generally crafting the future that you want for yourself. So if that sounds useful, please do hit that subscribe button, give this video a cheeky like, and ask me any questions in the comment. Alright, so let's talk Conor McGregor. So obviously he is incredibly successful. How is Conor McGregor such a successful fighter? Now, you can argue, yes, he is incredibly fit, he trains incredibly hard, he's probably very talented naturally, diet, etc, etc. Loads of things contribute to his success. But there are loads of fighters that do this. Loads of fighters do this background work. Loads of fighters have the best trainers in the world, etc. Why is it that Conor McGregor has the upper hand on them? What is his special something, his X factor, let's say, that he has over everybody else? Well, in my opinion, what it is mindset. Mindset being the state of mind that he finds himself in most of the time. Now, there's loads of different things to talk around mindset, especially Conor McGregor's mindset. That's way longer than this video has time for. I can definitely do other videos if this one's successful and is useful for you. If you'd like to know more about mindset in general, Conor McGregor's mindset, just comment below. But today I'm going to be breaking down one particular aspect of Conor McGregor's mindset that I think you're going to find really helpful for your exam nerves and get you in that prime state for the day so you can boss your exams, get the highest grade you can. Now, Conor has a specific ritual he does pretty much every single fight he has, and it's led him to be called out by journalists and other people as potentially being psychic, because he literally makes exact predictions of the fight that's about to happen. Have a look at this clip.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
I was asking you on Thursday about his right hand.
Yeah.
Can I tell you what you told me?
I said his right hand would get him into trouble. It's the shot I predicted. I said he'd overload on his right hand. I said I'd slip. I said I'd bang the left hook, and that's what happened.
How do you predict these?
If you can see it here, and you have the courage enough to speak it, it will happen.
How does he do it? Is he a wizard? I don't think he's a wizard. What I think it is this particular technique that he does that feeds into his mindset. And this is a particular type of visualization. What Conor McGregor does before every single fight is visualize every single detail of the fight that he's about to have. He imagines every single scenario, every single smell or touch or whatever it is before the actual thing happens. Have a look at this clip with him talking about it.
I mean, that's just the way it is. It's 24/7 in my head. I always think about it. I'm always doing. I don't do anything else. And knowing that I have that kind of mentality about it, that's what gives me confidence going in there. You know, I've already visualized what's ahead of me here. I've already visualized my hands getting wrapped and what maybe walking out to the weigh-ins, walking out to the cage. I can see everything. I can see Of course I visualise the belt, man. That belt is on me up 24/7.
Now, why is this visualization useful? Are you suggesting, Rand, that there's some kind of voodoo magic that Conor McGregor has a hold of? I'm absolutely not suggesting that. I don't think Conor McGregor is predicting the future or altering the future in any mystical way by visualizing these things. But what I do think he's doing is by minutely imagining every single thing, every single scenario, every single detail of the fight that he's about to have, he's essentially taking away the fear of the unknown for himself. And when he gets up onto that crowd, when he gets up onto that stage, when he's facing the fighter that he's about to fight, he doesn't feel that nervous because he's already kind of felt this stuff before. He's already gone through this process. He's already imagined every single feeling, every single thing that can happen, so he doesn't get super nervous and super shaken when new things are happening, because nothing is new that's happening. He's already done it. He's already been there in his mind. So he's essentially primed and ready to go. And that means he's in a calm state where he can perform his best. All right, so let's link that back to your exam. Now, there's lots of reasons why people don't perform as well as they can in the exam situation, but I would say the number one reason for it is nerves. It's excess nerves, and you feel jittery. I feel it particularly in my chest, and I just can't focus. I can't concentrate. And I've had exams before where I've been in the exam hall and it just feels like an out-of-body experience. I keep rereading bits of the questions and I'm not in a flow state. I'm not engaged with what's going on around me. And it's not just exams, it's also interviews sometimes, or presentations at my work, social situations. I can still feel sometimes this mist ascending into my brain, so I can't really focus and perform well at whatever it is that I'm doing. I've got better, but it's still there. And to be honest, it's there for everyone to some degree. Some people learn to deal with it better than others. So what did I start doing when I heard about what Conor McGregor does? With these situations, I started to visualize every single thing about that event. If there was something I was nervous about, like the exam, I would start to imagine the feel of the pen in my fingers, the image of going into the exam hall, looking side to side, seeing the people going in along with me, imagine the clothes that I'm wearing, the sound of the clock, every single little detail that I could think of, I would imagine. And when it came to the real thing, I felt so much calmer because I'd already kind of done it all before. Because to be honest, for me, it's the first 10 minutes of any exam that's the most nerve-wracking, and then I kind of get into the flow a bit better. So by focusing on those first 10 minutes really help to relinquish a lot of that fear. So I'd recommend some visualization techniques to you. How do you actually visualize best? Well, as a regular meditator myself, I can offer a few tips. Firstly, close your eyes, take some really deep breaths, and take about 60 seconds to center yourself and clear your mind. Focus on your breath. Tip number 2, maybe wear some noise cancelling earphones in order to get rid of any excess sound. And 3, once you're settled, just start going over every detail that you can. Literally imagine yourself walking into the school gates on the day of your exam, walking up those stairs to the exam hall, and each and every step that you can imagine for those 10 minutes, feel it as vividly as possible. All right, guys, I hope this was helpful. I've got loads of stuff I can talk about dealing with exam pressure and stress, because I've been there, I've done that. I used to be a teacher and I know what it's like. If you've got any follow-up questions on how to best deal with exam nerves or anything to do with exams at all, please do let me know. We also have coming up on the YouTube channel a qualified counsellor coming on to talk about stress in general, as well as a load of other topics. So if you want to stay up to date for that, hit that subscribe button. Until next time, see you later.